Hello everybody, welcome back. Another week has passed, bringing us closer to the Gamescom presentation, and I have to admit that this one was an eventful week, with good and bad news to report regarding the development of Star Citizen. Our main topics for today are going to be persistence, a very important feature for the Alpha 3.0 update, but Star Citizen in general as well. A feature that is getting evolved with a new update and will have a huge impact on our gameplay. The Delta patcher that seems to be finally coming with the Alpha 3.0 update, at least this is what the developers are trying to achieve, and some new info revealed about the Cyclone that make one of its variants, the anti-aircraft one to be more specific, a very interesting choice. Before we go ahead though, let's take a quick look at the production schedule report for this week and deal with the bad news first. The production schedule report was updated like with every week, but this latest update had as a result a very surprising and unexpected delay. All the dates for the Evocati PTU, White PTU and the official release date for the Alpha 3.0 update were pushed back 2 weeks. And the official explanation we are getting from CAG is that they have encountered some stability issues that they want to address before going to a wider test audience, but also the work required to implement the Delta patcher with the Alpha 3.0 update. So now the Evocati PTU is expected to happen sometime between August 3rd and August 17th, the White PTU sometime between August 18th and August 31st, and the official release date for the Alpha 3.0 update is expected to happen sometime between September 4th and September 8th. To be totally honest, this is a very disappointing turn of events for 2 reasons specifically. First of all, the fact that we are not going to see an official release of the Alpha 3.0 update during Gamescom, something that CAG have let us believe for quite a while. Our best hope now is to get a wide PTU release during the Gamescom presentation, and the other disappointing part of that delay has to do with the Evocati PTU that, according to CAG on the previous message, on their previous communication through the production schedule report, was about to happen at any moment, was imminent. Apparently this is not the case either, and we will have to wait a couple more weeks for the Evocati PTU and to officially start the Alpha 3.0 release process. At least CAG is treating this new period, this new delay, as an optimization, polish and bug fixing period phase for the Alpha 3.0 feature set, so hopefully this will be the last delay we are getting for the Alpha 3.0 update, and we will soon get the Evocati PTU first, and later, eventually, the release of the Alpha 3.0 update. Let's move on now and discuss about persistence, which is a very important feature for the Alpha 3.0 update, but also for the success of Star Citizen as a whole. To describe it simply, persistence is the feature that remembers all the little changes that are happening to the world of Star Citizen, all the little changes that you or the other players are making to your surroundings, and will have an impact to the universe of Star Citizen and the gameplay experience of the other players. Right now in the 2.6 update we have a very similar system that tracks player accounts and loadouts, which means that it remembers what weapons you have bought and using and what weapons you have equipped on your vessel and which vessels you own in order to spawn them and go out and make some money. This will have to change for the Alpha 3.0 update in order to make the world more believable and functional, in order to make the Star Citizen universe a lot more dynamic and alive. The evolution of this system will allow other features to be implemented in the game, such as the ship-to-ship parking system, but will also affect some other aspects of the Star Citizen universe like the criminality system. The developers, in order to allow this evolution to happen and the persistence to track a lot more data and help the universe of Star Citizen to become a lot more alive, they have completely refactored the way that the game code handles persistent data. So now, instead of tracking accounts, they are tracking a map of entities that point to parents and potential item ports that are attached to, and offsets. So by taking a look at a ship, Persistence now can find all the equipment that is attached to that ship, but also loose entities like cargo in the cargo hold or vehicles like a Nox in the cargo as well. This has as a result that the next time you will spawn your vessel whatever you have left inside its cargo hold, whether that is an ox, a dragonfly, or cargo, will be waiting for you in there. We can see clearly now that with the new system there is a clear distinction between parent and children entities, but also loose items that will be persistent and spawn along with your vessel. At the same time, the evolution of persistence will help the loose items to spawn properly, so they will not be somewhere in your cargo hold, but they will be exactly at the place you've left them inside your cargo hold. And this is happening because loose items will have offset info in the persistent data record, and this will inform the spawn code where to line them up. So for the first time we are moving away from the concept of something has to be a loadout in order to be physically owned by an entity. This change will affect the physical ownership and criminality system and general how to track with persistence items that originally didn't belong to you. How to tell something is stolen or not. For this to achieve a clear distinction between physical and legal ownership will be required, something that doesn't exist right now in 2.6. To establish physical ownership, the developers need to allow transfer of physical ownership. They have given us a very nice example. So if you find a cargo on an outpost on the surface of a planet, you can get to your ship and get the physical and legal ownership. The cargo initially will not be a persistent entity because it was loaded with the object container. But the developers performing an action called promotion, they can turn it into a persistent entity, and the first player that discovers that cargo will have the physical and legal ownership of that cargo. Now later, if someone enters the vessel of this first player and steals that cargo, he will have the physical ownership, but the first player will retain the legal ownership of the cargo. The ultimate goal for the persistence system is to have changes affecting the world be persistent. So something that you are altering on the surroundings on one moon eventually will be persistent, will alter that moon, will alter the world permanently for all players. This is going to be very limited at first because of the capabilities of the system right now, but eventually as CIG's technology evolves, this will be a permanent action. So if you destroy something on a moon, if you destroy an area, this area eventually will remain destroyed and be destroyed for all the other players that will visit the specific moon or planet after you. And if we think about it, this is quite huge because persistent changes made to the world can impact the economy, the cost of items, the location of items, the delivery of these items, the capability to deliver some items, even impact offered missions, and of course pirate activity. Persistence is indeed a very important feature, and its evolution will turn Star Citizen into an alive and breathing universe. The very first changes we are going to see in the Alpha 3.0 with the evolution of the persistence system will have to do with our ammunition, which we'll have to buy in order to replenish them, and it will not be possible to just respawn our vessel or respawn ourselves in order to get a full clip. Obviously, our damaged vessels now will have to be repaired or replaced via the insurance system that will make its first appearance in the game with the Alpha 3.0 update. And of course, from what the developers are implying, it will be possible for other players to steal our vessels and keep them for themselves. In order to counter this, apparently locks are coming in the 3.0 update, so it will be possible to leave our vessel locked somewhere behind and not worry about some other players stealing it. Well, there are mentions about breaking doors with explosives, so the danger will always be there, and we will always have to be a little bit careful of where we are leaving our vessels. Nonetheless, the evolution of the persistence system and the new changes that are coming with the Alpha 3.0 update will make the gameplay experience a lot more interesting. On some other great news, the Delta Patcher seems to be in the Alpha 3.0 update. The developers are working really hard in order to implement the Delta Patcher and make our lives a lot easier with the Alpha 3.0 update. Along with the Delta Patcher, a new Delta launcher is coming, and hopefully we will see them both with the Alpha 3.0 update. These are definitely very good news, despite the fact that the Delta Patcher is one of the reasons for the latest delay. Work also continues on updating the ship matrix on the RSI side, with new signs and icons being added that will make it very easy to understand exactly what kind of equipment a vessel has and can be equipped with, making it very easy for all of us, new and veterans of Star Citizen, to know exactly what they are getting when they are buying a vessel. The Cyclone suddenly became a lot more interesting with the latest info revealed about its capabilities, and more specifically about the anti-aircraft model. It will have two size 2 missile racks that will be able to be equipped with two size 2 missiles and not size 1 missiles, like it was mentioned on the brochure and when this new vessel was revealed, or 4 size 1 missiles, increasing its capabilities by a lot. Also, its countermeasure package will not only include chaff flare, but also smokescreen and a size 1 EMP, making it a quite fearsome opponent for every dropship pilot that wants to get near a hostile territory and deliver its troops. Definitely, this new info make the anti-aircraft variant of the Cyclone a very nice choice, and I'm pretty sure that many now will want to buy this specific variant. The sale continues until August 2nd, so this is your last chance to get one of these little amazing anti-aircraft variants. The shopping experience is getting improved as well, with the developers getting the kiosk in the landing zones up and running, and also introducing the ability to purchase armor piece by piece. This is creating some very good opportunities, especially if in the future different armor pieces from different sets will have specific effects that we could use in combat. They are also implementing the remaining ships to their price fixer tool, which is a tool that helps them calculate the value of a vessel and get the right price for that vessel by calculating the value of all the components, equipment and the ship itself. And of course, we cannot close this video without talking about Miles Eckhart, the first NPC controlled by subscription completely for Star Citizen. Miles Eckhart is set up and ready to go. He is ready to accept us in his little office and offer us missions. Reputation will dictate his conversation with the player and of course the missions he can offer. And also he will be using different lines depending on what missions are available. The work on the wild line system progresses as well, and wild lines specifically are dialogue spoken by NPC, dialogue lines spoken by NPCs such as greetings, cheers, shouts and other verbal expressions, and by using a new tech called feather blending, the developers can blend performance capture of wild lines with a large number of usable animations. So this is everything I'm going to share with you today. I'm very excited about the Delta patcher. I know that it will help many players out there that don't have a good connection, and downloading new patches is a nightmare for them. I really can't wait to see the Delta patcher in game. And of course I am very excited about the persistence system and everything new that it will bring to the game. I think it will be a game changer, and it will make us see and experience Star Citizen in a totally different way. I would love to hear your thoughts about the new delay and what you think will happen at Gamescom this year. Are we going to get the white PTU at the least? What do you think? Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.